against Dmitry Andreikin, but Andreikin is a true, as a true specialist in blitz, he has to have all the openings covered. And openings like this, which
you think so?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's one of the main lines in blitz, like B3, bishop B2. Yeah, they have their own theory. Okay.
Lucky me.
What's now? Castle, and guys with like say higher temperament go knight c3 here instead of castle short to take on d4 with the queen to castle long. I mean, it is some. Badujo Bava might do this.
Aggressive.
Yeah, even more aggressive thing. Okay, so Hikaru does it in a more positional way. So now the knight will go to c3. Well, actually, that's nothing wrong with white's position.
Well, why should it be actually b3?
You start with one b3, and then, let's say, at school we were taught like you have to fight for the center.
Yeah, right, but that's also the fight for the center from...
He does fight for
from
the center.
From far away.
Right.
To fight for it, you don't need to control it.
Right, that's an advanced concept. Queen d6.
Hypermodernism, I know.
Knight goes to... Well, if knight goes to c3, he's prepared for knight g4. Well, actually, queen d6, it's a first move with a threat in this position. Bishop b2. Bishop b2, offering the queen's exchange, which is absolutely fine for black, I guess. I mean, if you just take and go knight e4...
Well, I mean...
You can go rook d8.
We cannot expect some art fireworks.
Knight e4 immediately. Okay.
Well, black wants to put the knight on d6 probably after exchanging the queens. He doesn't want to sacrifice
queen d6,
the queen.
knight d6, yeah. White should... he can play queen e2 or c2. That is what he's thinking about, like not taking on g7.
To take or not to take, yes. That's
not
the question.
Okay, bishop takes g7, king takes g7. And now, once again, if you take on d6, it might be already like slightly more pleasant for black. Queen d6, knight d6, and then a5, 3 versus 2 on the queen side. Potentially, black is faster to create a passed pawn.
Oh, he doesn't have to, but the problem...
Queen takes, knight takes, bishop to e2. Yeah, quite a modest opening by Hikaru Nakamura.
Again, white is trying to equalize. We see they're kind of suffering with it somehow.
Right, but we'll see. Naka, of course, is very
just an equal endgame. Okay, it's
very strong blitz player. So, well, he can trick his opponent even from this position, right?
Well, no doubt about it. Carlsen showed us many times.
So what black has to do now? I mean, do we play a5? Do we develop somehow like bishop e6?
Well, that's the time for...
Or bishop f5, c5. Okay.
Creating a plan.
c5.
Bishop e6 and then c4? He wants to...
Or just b6.
The problem with c5 that it somehow destabilizes the knight on d6.
Yeah, after rook d1 you have to make an awkward move, rook d8. Well, awkward for just for a short period of time, because after bishop e6 now everything is fine again, right? You get all the control. And still black looks more pleasant to me, because for an endgame, white's king is somewhat further. I mean, on g1 it's not yet coming to the center.
It will come after f3, king f2. It's not that far. Well, still, it's easier for black to create, I don't know, a passed pawn or something.
d6, f3. Yeah, I like this one. f3 and then king f2, king e3.
Well, nothing special for any of the players.
Yeah, objectively the position is roughly equal.
I mean, anything can happen, but...
Well, actually, the knight on d6,
somehow
after all, it's not very nicely placed. King f8.
As the king goes to e7
to stabilize everything. Yeah, you want to see this knight on d4 in this position.
Somehow king f2, then h4, I can start, I don't know.
And he starts maneuvering this knight. Knight b7.
Now
So
they will
now
go back and
if-
forth, that's for sure. But
Yeah, so now if white takes, black can consider taking with the knight, so that to play it to c6 next move.
does he want? Does black want to exchange the rooks?
Like all four.
All four,
Like,
and then
for instance, king
go,
e3, then take and
yeah,
b8.
or h4, or I don't know, take everything.
Well, maybe. Knight to b5. Okay, so hinting at a7 pawn. Knight c7 is an option as well. King e7, another solid move.
Okay, and if I go knight c7, then I just take on e6, and then we'll bring my bishop to c4, and then somewhere further.
We'll
No,
see.
he doesn't want to exchange his knight.
Yeah, it's like, looks like this knight c7 is still there if he wants. It's not that black can prevent it.
Yeah, because a6 is not a
It's
good
like if you exchange the knight for the bishop, then it's like you take the responsibility that black knight will never appear on d4, because if it will be quite stable there,
Right.
right? So, okay, knight back to d6 now, because, well, it's a move with a tempo, kicking the knight back to c3, and he might even speculate now going knight b7. Nah, rook c8. Yeah, I thought, like, you know, if you are happy with a draw, you just go there and then go back to
I don't think
b7.
that they're happy with the draw. They're playing. Yeah, g4.
G4,
Yeah.
getting even
I
more
like this
space.
f5, e5. Now black needs to keep an eye on those. c5, knight e4, or f5, and then something.
F6 is good enough, right?
Maybe.
F6, and you know, white has to be a bit careful as well, because in some positions g5 is an idea, then to buy myself a square on e5. g5, you know, like taking or provoking white to play f5 and then knight f7. Might not be in time though, because have to, well, f5 himself, that's
Yes, a little bit
responsible
riskier,
move.
right?
Yeah, that's responsible move.
Because we remember the Capablanca rule, right? Don't put your pawns on the
Squares of your own bishop, yeah.
of the color of your bishop, yeah.
Bishop to f7, and yeah, well, the thing is, it's not that easy. Once again, it's not that easy to remaneuver this knight to e5. I mean, if you
No.
somehow, that's like in one move, if it's possible to play knight
Well,
e5 in this
black
position, you
could
are
have
just.
played bishop g8.
But then again, when you go knight f7, it's check from d5.
D5,
so
okay.
That's the problem.
No, of course f5 is not played just like this, because white...
Black still has to be fine, I guess. Black still has to be fine. Knight e8.
Somehow it's
Isn't
a little
it?
bit passive,
Yeah,
no?
isn't it? Exactly.
I don't know, h4,
Bit too
g5,
passive.
giving two... Well, I understand that if white is too active, they can
Yeah, black can have
weaken
his own chance.
his position, and then
H4,
on counterattack, black can manage to do something, but
H4 seems to be a good move, right? Like, you know, stopping g5.
does he want to
for
do? Bishop c4?
Bishop c4 is interesting but responsible at the same
h4,
time.
okay,
because,
h4 I understand, because I see this g5, which is coming, and I like it.
yeah, the threat is to play g5 and then e5. Rook takes, rook d8. Now the
Okay,
principal
finally
question, because you can gain the tempo by exchanging on
Strange for me,
d8.
it look very strange. I would take on d8 and then play, I don't know, king f4 and then e5. Somehow looks
No, it's like
overwhelming.
white is very, very active. No, well,
Okay,
Naka
well, I'm not Nakamura.
Naka prefer to keep the rook. No, that's what I was trying to say. That either you exchange and you get some time to improve your position, but maybe it's still, you know, like it
Giving
might prove to be
away-
still not enough. So just for this matter, Nakamura keeps more pieces on the board.
Yeah,
So gf5, ef5, but then black gets time to consolidate. So takes, and maybe this knight actually will return to d6. It's been here like for ages. Yeah, no.
well, if the knight is on
to
d6 and the
c7.
king is on f4, and then the knight is not, does not belong to d6. I don't know.
Bishop
I
to
don't like
c4.
because I can take rook d4. What's the problem now for black?
Rook f4, I guess. Still,
Okay.
still white has a space advantage. White is a bit more active. So. Well,
Okay.
don't you play rook d4 like immediately? No, bishop e8.
Okay.
This is
calm.
strange. This is strange because
strange, I
now
don't
already like g5 knight.
Well, g5 bishop c6. He
Bishop
wants to play,
c6.
no?
That's
But then,
the
then
no,
g6.
but then g6. You has to watch
I
out
don't
for
know.
this. No,
I-
bishop. You can't move the bishop.
Okay, that's
e5.
what he wanted to do.
All right, but then a move. It's quite similar to what Nakamura did against Kramnik yesterday, because in some position with Black's king on f7, Kramnik went knight f8 and missed queen h8 move with
Right.
a board full of pieces, like just gave an access to
I missed
this square.
yesterday's games.
Yeah,
because
and then here after bishop g8.
no,
It's like h7 is hanging. Well, how about b4,
Knight
e4,
No.
bishop
Too late.
b5? I thought like bishop is hanging.
Don't
Ah, no,
believe.
no, this
I even
can't
can
happen.
take with the
You
pawn
take on
and rook
f6 and go
g1.
rook g1. Yeah.
Even.
Bishop h5.
Okay, but now it's already.
Bishop h5.
Oh, he wants to checkmate after bishop h7, before knight e4, knight d5. Well, no, it's not a checkmate, but
Bishop takes h7 played. c4.
C4. Yeah, that's-
Preparing for rook to c.
and
rook
if I
to
play
d3.
if I play g6,
G6, that's a very serious question. And then black probably goes king f8, and all of a sudden this bishop is locked on h7. But how about knight e4, then it's a check, and the king is pushed backward, because after king f4 it's indeed a checkmate on d5. So
and
b
if I take
takes-
on f6,
b
then
takes,
you
b
take on
takes.
f6 with the king,
That's
right?
the question. Knight e4 check,
Then king
and
e5.
king or g7 with the tempo. It's either king e5 or g7.
Well, g7 I thought that.
Yeah, black gets some counterplay.
Yes.
Black gets some counterplay.
And the bishop is on h7 is
Rook to
misplaced.
c1.
Because they exchanged the pawns. Again, the picture,
the position
video,
is
and the
somewhat
board
behind.
somehow is not synchronized.
Check, and he's forced to go to f2, which is not such a.
No, we see that Jan won.
Jan won against Vichy, right? It's. Well, some results in this round 6. Nepomniachtchi won against Anand with the black pieces. Karyakin won with the black pieces against Swidler. And Morozevich has won his first game in this tournament against Vladimir Fedoseev. Now the king is pushed back to g1. Now in this position on our digital diagram, the check was given on e1, and after king f8, a white went for knight e4. We really need this one to get
Knight
updated.
d5, right?
Knight d5 now. The capture on f6
Not clear anymore at all.
with the pawn, maybe. Yeah, takes with the pawn, c3, bishop g6, and now it's
what
a
about-
race. It's a race because it's like both sides have passed pawns. c2, knight to g5. Who is mating whom?
That's an interesting question.
It's like knight e6.
Knight takes f6.
He was about to blunder
Knight
a
e6,
rook.
okay.
But then it's a knight
yeah.
f6. It's knight e6 check,
Yeah,
and
knight
then
d4,
takes
knight c2.
d4 and attacks the c2 pawn, which is also important.
Knight
to
e3 is some-
e3,
okay,
a check, and then f7. Yeah, well, it was